Wings of Glory, Battle of Britain, a new set for Wings of Glory. It's a standalone expansion. You can also use it as a starter set, as a core set. So entry point, good entry point for anybody who wants to start playing with the system. And if you already know the system, it's a welcome addition. Because finally we have something specifically tailored to one of the most interesting themes that there are when people want to play a game about airplanes. Battle of Britain. I mean, that's the mother of all aerial battles. So fun to have an expansion for this. So let's see what's in the box. Especially because the components are particularly important given how cool and beautiful they are, and also given that the rules are the ones that you already know. If you're familiar with the Wings of Glory, then there isn't much that is new here. You know the system. You will have your airplanes, you will use cards to plot their system, to plot their movement in advance. The cards are revealed, the planes move through the card, and after all movement is being resolved simultaneously, you check to see if the airplanes can fire at each other. If that is the case, then random damage is assigned to the target, and you continue like this until the conditions of the scenario, which conditions of the scenario have been met. Looking at these beauties, pre-painted miniatures, which is great because I don't mind playing with stunningly beautiful miniatures, but I don't paint them myself, so they have to look good when they come out of the box. Also, there are decals that you can attach to them to customize them a little bit. What you find in this box is two message named, my German pronunciation is not that good today, and then two Spitfires. So only two models, two types, and 2 copies per type, but that's enough. That's good enough. Then, of course, you have the bases that also indicate the arc of fire, where the airplane can fire off the movement, tokens to indicate the speed. Basically, to move, you will plot your next move and the following one, and you will place a speed token to each of them to indicate if you're changing speed from fast to slow, or from slow to fast, or retaining the same speed. Various tokens used to keep track of status changes, a lot of them. And then here you have the console, which is pretty neat. Each player gets a console. You place the next move here. Or say that becomes like your current move, and then the following one here, in various areas where you will place the tokens that you will receive during the game. The rulebook, clear, straightforward. Wings of Glory has had so many implementations, including, well, original game Wings of War. By now, well, even by before, they knew how to write a colorful, effective rulebook, and this one is no exception. Very clear. If you never played the game, if you never played a war game in your life, you will have no problem playing this game just by learning the rules from the rule book. Also, sort of like modular rules, which starts with the basic concepts, the standard rules, and then you can add further rules as you go if you so wish, including optional rules, and then rules for special airplanes that do not come with the sets in case you decide to buy some of the expansions. And then we have also the scenario book, specifically for the Battle of Britain, with a lot of interesting situations. Wings of Glory to me is so fun that I don't even need scenarios very often. I just go like, well, let's get in the middle of the table with other airplanes and shoot the heck out of each other and see who wins that way. But if you want a more structured experience, then you have a nice scenario book here. This is the ruler that you use to determine if you're able to hit somebody. You put it at the base of your airplane, and if the ruler touches an enemy airplane with this section of the ruler here, then you're hitting a short range. With the other half of the ruler, then you're hitting a long range. And if you hit, then the opponent will have to draw one or more of these damage tokens. I'm not going to take them out from these baggies. I keep them in baggies, although then when I play, I dump them into these containers. But then if I didn't put them in baggies before I close the box again, they'll go everywhere, and that is very annoying. And these different types, these tokens determine different types of damage, and different aircraft are able to deliver different types and amount of punishment. And Each airplane has a card that also indicates how much damage, which is how many tokens of each type are drawn when you hit a long range and at short range. In fact, you could even play with the card instead of the airplanes, but who would? Why would you ever want to do that when you had these beautiful airplanes here? And like in other sets of Wings of War and Wings of Glory, then here you have each airplane comes with a set of cards, which are the ones that you use to plot movement. Suppose that now I decide to move like this and then like this. Then this turn I reveal this card. I reveal the speed token. I move my airplane across depending on the speed, so that tells me where my airplane goes. This is the card, which is usually face down, displays there. I decide my next movement. We resolve movement and attack, reveal this one, everybody resolves that, fire at each other, and that's how the game works. It's exceedingly simple. It was like that before, it still is. Also, each airplane comes with several additional cards, optional cards that gives you different other abilities and other special rules and circumstances to add a little more theme, a little more chrome. And this is the set. Again, well, you also have some extra cards that you use for the scenarios, like just for bombing and so on and so forth. But pretty much, if you have seen earlier sets of Wings of War / Wings of Glory, the starter sets, they all look like this. They all come with 4 airplanes, tokens, cards, etc. All that you need to play the game. And also, like in previous sets, you can expand the game by purchasing more models, and you have a specific line of models for the Battle of Britain, as you can see here. And then, of course, we have also other models, more general, that are compatible with this set, and well, everything is compatible with everything pretty much for different battles, including for what-if scenarios. Then the Japanese Zero participating in the Battle of Britain. I'd get a kick out of that one. So, Wings of War, World War II, Battle of Britain. Nothing new under the sun in a sense, because this is a set that in spirit and in form and in content really resembles the set that you've seen before, the previous core set. But this is what you need to play the game. So, I mean, what else? If it's a standalone set, what else can it go in there? So nothing new under the sun. The system is the same, the presentation is the same, gameplay is the same. Is that a bad thing? Well, not necessarily, because gameplay in Wings of Glory is some of my favorite gameplay. If I want to show the joy of wargaming to players that have potential to become wargamers, I've never played a war game. Here I have a game that has historical flavor, tactical depth, and I can teach in 5-10 minutes, and even non-gamers will get it and will get the joy of wargaming. To me, good introductory war games are not just war games that are simple, but that are simple and insanely fun. Because if I show you a simple war game and you're bored, then I've taught you about the basic concept of wargaming, but I haven't probably done a good job of attracting you, of showing you why it is such a fun thing. And last weekend I was at a conference in Harvard. It was a conference about games. There was a workshop in which I had about an hour to show games to play to people that attended the conference and weren't necessarily strong gamers. Guess what I brought with me? Battle of Britain. I played it. I played at the conference. This is a game that is so good you can play it at a conference, and it was a big success. People that don't play games regularly, although they attend conferences about games, academics are strange that way. People that don't play games regularly were able to understand it. After 10 minutes, we were flying, firing at each other. It was really fun. So it's a great introductory war game. If you don't play games regularly, do yourself a favor, try the game. This set or another set, Wings of Glory, they're all good. This one happens to be the newest one. The quality of the models is very good. The quality of the presentation is very good. But again, not like finally we have a good one because the previous one sucked. No, the previous ones are excellent. This one is excellent too. So actually, you can start from this one, you can start from another set. The difference is not huge. If you already have other sets of Wings of Glory, consider adding this one. I don't know, maybe you can just find the airplane separately, but even in that case, even if you don't want a second set of counters or second set of things, you only need the models, well, be aware that there is a new line of models for the Battle of Britain, and so maybe you will want to add those to your collection, because Wings of Glory World War II is one of my favorite war games about World War II, one of my favorite war games, period. This is another excellent implementation of the system. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but frankly, it is a wheel that does not need reinventing to start with, so I'm happy every time that they just keep it spinning with new models, although there aren't great mechanical innovations, but again, it's a system that is so great, I don't think really there's nothing that needs to be changed. And I'm glad when they have good, beautiful material that I can add to that game, and that still gives me the same high the previous games in the system did. Wings of Glory, World War II, Battle of Britain, new standalone core game, very good implementation of the system.